friend recommended Dr. Shibiyama. He did scans of my spine and discovered that the cushioning disc between some vertebrae had deteriorated. He fused some of the lower ones together and the pain cleared. Thank you, Dr. Shibiyama. I was once again able to enjoy walks with my family.
Dr. Juris Shibiyama with TOA is our Heart for Healing recipient and receives dinner for two at the fabulous Alley on Main Street restaurant.
Submit your Heart for Healing nomination to WGNS.
CBS News brief. Better economic signs in the final weeks of the year.
November retail sales posted a monthly increase of 0.3%, topping expectations, defying forecasts for a slight decline.
Bank rates Mark Hamrick also in the mix. Lower gas prices, a run-up in stocks, and the prospect of interest rate cuts next year. The top Senate Democrat pushes for an agreement for additional aid for Ukraine.
It is not easy to reach an agreement on something this complicated. But so much hangs on our success, so we need to try with everything we have.
New York's Chuck Schumer says Vladimir Putin taunted America in comments today about Ukraine. A United Nations official says civilians in Gaza continue to suffer.
They live in the open, they live in the cold, in the mud, and under the rain. Everywhere you go, people are desperate, hungry, and are terrified.
CBS News Brief. I'm Steve Kathan.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Merry Christmas from all of us at News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. As a member of MTE, you have access to educational resources to help you tailor your energy use to your lifestyle. Interested in electric vehicles? MTE offers initiatives to learn about EVs and connect with others who share your interest. We're going to be kind of talking about some issues. North Rutherford County, just issues facing Rutherford Countyans here this morning. State Representative Mike Sparks comes flying in the studio this morning on two wheels, and what was the police escort? Or they were chasing you, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, tell them what I brought you.
You brought me the quarter coffee that you get because you're a senior citizen now.
Always. Well, I did get that senior discount. If folks aren't doing the McDonald's app, you need to do the McDonald's app. You can save a lot of money doing that. Over the years, it adds up.
Over the years?
Yeah.
How much did you save?
Man, I drink a lot of coffee. My wife tells me to cut back. I mean, like that coffee right there, for example, that's large coffee. I got it for 99 cents. It's regular $1.89. So I'll say that's $1 a day. Just only from the app. You can only get that from the app. Oh, you know who put me on that? Melissa here at the station. She's the one that told me. She wanted me to pick her up one of them, I don't know, it's one of them ice Frappuccino or something. Yeah. And I had never heard about that, and I downloaded it and got her. I think it was like a free Frappuccino or something. But anyways, that's what got me started. So it's Melissa's fault. So Melissa actually started your addiction to coffee at McDonald's? No, I've always had an addiction. My dad got me started, I guess. Well, like we were kidding off the air. I said, well, I don't drink, I don't gamble, I don't womanize, and I guess I'm just addicted to coffee. Well, I guess everybody has their vices here and there, huh? Yeah, and you're giving me this weird look like, are you for real? Well, I didn't want to say anything publicly, but... Well, I've got Daryl Mackin with the Soldier's Child, Executive Director, a cup of coffee, and it's sitting here, and there's nobody in that chair. I know. Because Daryl's on his way. Is he on his way? He is. He said he'll be here in 4 minutes, and that was 2 minutes ago. Okay. Well, we'll I'll leave his mic open, and if you're watching on YouTube, X, or Facebook, you'll see him pop in here in just a few minutes. Great guy, by the way, if he's listening. So I guess, Mike, Christmas always means that session's not that far away. Yeah. So should be an interesting year, 2024 coming up. Yeah, let's hope it's better than this past year. It was kind of tumultuous, wasn't it? I mean, just
divisive and whatever.
Worst year I've ever seen.
You want to, yeah.
Worst, the worst.
What about some of the old timers that have been there for a while? Probably
they're all leaving. They're tired of it.
Are they?
There's seriously several not running for re-election. Curtis Johnson, Holtzclaw, Jim, Colonel Whitson out of Williamson County. Another guy, Brian Rich, he's not running. Darren Jernigan, if folks know Darren's Democrat, but a great guy. Not to say other Democrats aren't great people, but Darren is just exceptional. Sadly he's confined to a wheelchair, but I think the new mayor of Nashville hired him, Freddie. What's his name? O'Connell. I think he's hired him for his administration. And Darrell's a great guy. He's not running again too. But it's really sad that our country is so divided like it is, and we get crossways over the stupidest things sometimes. I mean, you see it here locally. I wrote an article talking about lapse in leadership, that divisiveness is a threat to democracy. If you want to check it out, go to Issues of Faith or Tennessee Ledger to see it. But this country needs some healing,
Well, I mean, just think about what's going on. You've got the two likely nominees running for president.
Yeah.
One who has been impeached twice, who has 91 indictments against him, and the other who is going to be going through an impeachment inquiry, is going through an inquiry and maybe going through impeachment, likely will. I mean, what does that say?
I mean, it's rough. My dad served in World War II. Here comes this handsome gentleman. How you doing, brother? Is it okay to say handsome on this political correctness?
I was just going to say I've been here the whole time.
You too. I like the goatee, by the way.
Thank you.
I like the goatee. But, I always think of my late father. He was World War II, and he was so patriotic. I remember one time I said something to him, kind of negative when I was 18 about the military or something. Man, he tore me a new one. I knew never say. Because, at the school sometimes they'll kind of leads you to question things, and I questioned a few things and about folks going to war, folks not going to war, and those who get out of going to service. And my dad just chewed me out, But he was rough. But I always think of our forefathers, Major Walls, Sally Walls, and others, and think, man, what would they think about this country, where we're at today, with all the negativity. But what is so cool with Darrell here, man, we got some positive news to share, and I call this a miracle. And if folks don't know Darrell Mack, and this dude is a machine. Am I right?
I don't know about that.
Who runs late?
Well, it's because he's been running hot since before the sun came up?
I was running at 7 a.m. out there. But thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Mike, you're too kind.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Of course, Darrell is with A Soldier's Child, and Mike, you decided to bring some positivity in because, I mean, in all of that negative stuff, there is a lot of great things. There are a lot of great things that are happening, and A Soldier's Child is one of those.
It really is. And, real quick, I'll jump on a tangent. Speaking of great things happening, Marty Luffin, by the way, we've been praying for him for 2.5 years. I believe in the power of prayer. I've seen miracles happen. We're fixing to talk about miracle. Marty's starting to walk again. Now it's with the walker. He took about, knowing Marty, he said it was 50 steps, and I'm like, man, I'm not putting on Facebook you walk 50 steps. It ain't 50 steps. So we purposely walked him off. He done 20 steps. So Marty is slowly recovering. If folks don't know what happened to him, he's a bad car wreck, 2.5 years, and just confined to a bed, but he's doing well, thank God. And what we've got here with The Soldier's Child, we tried to run a tag a few years ago, and this is a Herculean effort to sell 1,000 license plates.
It is.
And collect $35. So that's what we're doing. We've got the Jeep plate that a lot of folks are familiar with. You're seeing them out there on the street. I think it's 5,500. It's been out there, about 5,500.
Yes, sir.
So that's bringing in a positive income for his organization of about roughly 100,000.
Incredible.
Yeah, and hats off to Wendy Lloyd, who has led that effort, and then and the entire Jeep community of Tennessee. And you don't have to just have a Jeep to buy this tag. I mean, I've got it on my Impala because I sold the Jeep we had and bartered for this Impala. So
you're a unique guy,
back there. But anyways,
that's an understatement.
I mean, you can have a station wagon with wood grain and buy this Jeep plate. But what we're trying to do here is promote the Soldier's Child Jeep plate. And Darrell's here to tell us a little bit more about it.
So it's just a Soldier's Child plate, not Jeep.
Yeah.
So it's just another plate that, like Mike said, we tried it a few years ago and never really got it off the ground. But we're committed in doing it. We're doing okay, not great. We could do better, but we're really turning the effort this coming year, 2024. We're putting effort forward because this is what we believe. So the Jeep community is a very unique community. And the reason why I'm going back to that is because, once they got the plate designed and out there to the Jeep community, it was a matter of no time. I mean, what was it, 4 months?
Oh, yeah.
They reached 1,000 in 4 months.
It jumped up like a rocket, bro.
Yeah, it really did. And so, and now what it is when someone who's driving a Jeep, they see someone else with a Jeep plate, the Explorer Tennessee plate.
Oh, yeah.
FOMO sets in, failure of missing out, and they got to go down to DMV and get a tag now. So they had a following. So we do have a following, but it's not like that. It's not a community that is driven, by Jeep. It's really kind of wild. So what we're going after is we're now focusing on sports figures, celebrities, because we believe that if we can get 1, 2, 3, 4 of them to really promote us, those that believe in the work that we do, and we're in conversation with a few, and that's what we're believing, that once they promote us across the state in our tag, so it is that symbol of the rifle, the dog tags, the boots, the helmet of the soldier fallen, and then that's on the left side, and then on the right side is our logo. That's our plate, essentially.
And is it a navy plate? Is the color navy or is it black or?
There it is.
I just couldn't tell from the background what color that might be, but it's got the 3 yellow stars below.
Yeah,
I
the
think
gold
there.
star. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
gold
a
stars.
Black plate.
Black plate, yeah. Black plates have been hugely popular.
Yeah.
People love the black plate, I've noticed, so that's a good color choice.
Yeah. So it came out pretty nice. It's a good design. Mike had a lot to do with that, by the way.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
He didn't like my original design.
Well,
so I had to go back to the drawing board. He was right, though. He was right.
You know what's
I give
so
him
cool
credit.
about this guy? I see all this narcissist. I mean, man, I'm engulfed in narcissist everywhere I go. Giant egos, politics. It's terrible, and it's really hurting our country because it's all about that person. It's not about the community, and there's a lot of hurts out there in this community. So me and this guy got together. He's type A on steroids. I mean, am I right? You really are.
I don't take steroids.
I mean, but you are. You're just. I mean, you're
I want to go on the record.
Everywhere.
I do not take steroids. Never have. I've been tempted, but no, this is all natural.
But you're a machine. I mean, you're. Let's face it. You are one of the most type A high achievers that I know, and that's saying because I know a lot of
that's a
super high achievers. But we talked about. I said, man, dude, that tag is just kind of bland, and I hated. A lot of people don't take constructive criticism that good. At least folks I know don't, And I was like, man, it just doesn't pop. The Jeep plate, it just pops. I mean, you see that. And
you like this one, though.
I like this. And you tell them why I like it.
You like it because of the symbol of the fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boots, the helmet, the rifle. Yeah, that's what you like.
And that's what you incorporated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
He was right.
I'm not trying to take no credit, but I'm just saying it's just a little bland. But here's what I like about this guy. Because this sitting at the end of the day, it ain't about
There's
me.
one thing he likes.
It ain't about Daryl. It ain't about none of us. It's about Christian Golzinski. It's about those fallen.
Yeah.
Like Freddie Hahn and John Hahn, whose father, who I trained at Nissan, was blown out of a Humvee. And you're touching those lives. And this is real stuff.
This is real.
So, we just want to challenge
It's in
everybody.
our name, by the way. A soldier's child.
Yes. And if you've seen the picture, one of the most touching, iconic photos, by the way. Who took that photo with the Day Newsroom, by the way?
Aaron Thompson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron Thompson took it.
Yes.
That's seems like yesterday, but so long ago now. Yeah. When was that, Daryl?
That would have been, Mark died March 27, 2007.
Wow.
Sniper fire in Iraq.
Yeah.
And his funeral was in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to remember some of the first conversations that you and I had here on the air, and you were having to come from Blackman High School because you were out there teaching. Yeah, that seems like a lifetime ago.
I went from making a souffle and running into your shop here, studio. Yeah, you're right.
It's crazy to see how far we've come. So this plate, what do we need to do to get, I guess, in line in this?
Honestly, so if anyone's listening and they're interested in helping us, we are looking for folks to promote it on their social media, folks that have contacts, connections with celebrities, sports figures, whatever. Folks that could, like even car dealerships. This is another route that we're taking right now. And we got two so far.
Yeah.
So we got 2 car dealerships.
Who are they, by the way? Do you remember?
Nashville. Yeah, you would have to ask me. Oh goodness! Actually, you're Julianne.
Yeah, Julianne, my sister.
Julianne got me one. Yeah, I can't remember the name. She asked me. She's like, "Do you want to call him?" I was like, "No." Or do you want me? I was like, "You got it. Go for it."
Yeah, exactly. She's been aggressive.
She knows the name of it.
City Auto. Have you reached out to City Auto, by the way? I bet they would.
I have not. Actually, City Auto has sponsored us in the past, so they probably would.
Yeah.
So that's one route. So, but for people who are listening and saying, "Okay, whatever it takes, I want to promote this play,"
contact us.
Okay.
Contact us, and then what I would do is send them. So my email is Daryl, DARYL, @asoldierschild.org. My cell is 615-427-2970. And my, you put this up, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at me like, I know you've done this before.
No.
And then our office is 615-220-1600. So I would just say contact us, and what we'll do is we'll send you, we have like a MailChimp design email that someone could just forward that on to their friends, family. They have we can give them the links to purchase the plate. Everything we have, we would give to them so they can promote on their social media. And then, of course, if they wanted to, entertain someone of a celebrity status that could promote us on their site, we would have the literature material for them to take as well.
Well, I'll put that on the podcast here too, and put a link to where you can do that. So there's a link that you can follow to purchase the tag.
Absolutely. Right now, you can go on our Facebook page. You can go on our website, and they're both there. So Facebook, A Soldier's Child, and our website is asoldierschild.org.
And you have to get 1,000 tags before then it's approved, correct?
So it's been gone up.
Yeah, we passed legislation on it.
Yeah, so
this year.
So the House has passed it.
Yeah, we've all passed it. Mm-hmm.
What we have to do now is get the pre-sold 1,000 plates.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once we do, then we so we have in a bank account.
Yeah.
Pardon?
They'll start producing.
Then so we have a bank account, and we take that 35,000, send it to the state, and then they start producing. They work with us on the design, and then probably about a year from now, or maybe slightly more, folks would start getting license plates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're on your way to try to get that 1,000 at this point, is what you're working toward.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, if we can get, I think your county commissioner is Anthony Johnson. I've talked to Anthony. We've talked to Brian Hercules, talked to Mayor Reed. He had a good meeting with her, Mayor Reed, about this. I mean, if we got the mayor of Smyrna involved with this, and Brian, with what she did on that Captain Jeff Coos Blue Angel and the town council, this thing will skyrocket. This thing will take off. So if Joe Carr's listening, we need to get the mayor involved, Shane Farland involved, Craig Harris, Pettis Reed, and other Phil Wilson and other county commissioners. You got any favorite county commissioners out there maybe listening?
Oh,
Carl Boyd.
Yeah, I love him.
He is a good dude. He owns a Jeep, by the way. He's got a Jeep.
Call me, Carl.
Yeah. 427-2970.
Well, our time's about to get away, but I did want to make sure that folks know the work you've done, Daryl. If you can give me just like a minute of what this last year has been like with A Soldier's Child.
It's been a banner year, brother. It's amazing, with inflation and everything. We were kind of a little worried going into it, but we've grown. We're starting a second office in Texas. It will open up in March of 24. I have an amazing board, good leadership. We're doing things right. We're still very frugal with every dollar we spend. We're over 80%. I think it's 84% of every dollar we spend goes to the children and programs and services. We've grown in our office from 4 staff to now 9. But what we've been able to do with that increased staff is bring in more donations, more funding, and that has just ballooned. It's been a great year for Soldier's Child Foundation. We have served more children than we ever have before. We're doing scholarships like we never have before. It's just all facets of A Soldier's Child Foundation are thriving.
And continuing to grow, it sounds
sir.
like.
Yes, sir.
So now you have I guess a southeast and a southwest
right.
headquarters. Huh?
That's part of our strategic plan is to have regional offices. Okay. Everything will still be done out of Tennessee.
Sure.
Because here's the reason why. When you think of normal charters, they start another one because there's nothing there. We already serve over 700 children in Texas. We do 3 camps in Texas. We do scholarships in Texas. We do everything in Texas already. All the birthday for the children, $250 a month, whatever it is. We do all that already. We're just doing an office to increase our footprint there financially. Mm-hmm. And Dallas is a very given city. Very given city. Very patriotic city.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that as a board, you've got your, 5-year, 10-year strategic plan and kind of where you want to be and what you want to look at. But do you ever sit back and think, when you first had this idea in 2007 to where you are now, it's just like, wow. Yeah, you have to, I would think.
No, obviously I don't have a crystal ball, so I had no idea of what it would look like. But I did have faith enough to start it and believe that here's what I know that happened. When we started A Soldier's Child, when I say we, my brother-in-law Theron, my wife, and when we started it, we knew that it would speak to people's hearts, that there was nothing really tangible, someone that cares about the Gold Star families, left behind. What do we do? Other than a marquee and a bumper sticker, there's not much really tangible. We've become that tangible way for people to actually give back to these children, families of our fallen, because we do feel that that's our debt to pay. We have a debt to pay for our freedom, and it's caring for the families of our fallen.
Great note to end on there. Yeah. And we'll, again, put links on the podcast. Appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you, brother. Always. Right. Thank you for supporting us.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
And, Mike, we'll see you here soon, I guess.
Thank you.
All right. Our friends from A Soldier's Child, Daryl Mackin, and also State Representative Mike Sparks joining us here today. If you missed part of our program, I would encourage you to check the podcast at WGNSradio.com or on YouTube, Facebook, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Have a great day out there, everybody. See you next time.
Greetings, friends. This is Lenny Farmer with the Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home in Murfreesboro. If you ever had to deal with the final arrangements of a loved one, funerals are both emotional and